This week we had WWDC 2023, which is Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference. So that's what their normal
Yes.
Yeah, that's what their normal event is called.
Yes.
And obviously the biggest thing that came out of this, you would have seen this, is the Apple Vision Pro VR headset. So this is $3,500 USD. It's a big VR headset. It looks like you can still kind of see the stuff that's around you as you've got it on. I saw it was one of the goofiest looking things on the demo where the person is wearing them. They're looking at their coffee table and all of their apps are in front of them.
Mhm.
They've got rows of apps.
Yep.
And then someone comes into the frame and they're showing how, oh yeah, if someone comes into the room, you can still see them, it's normal. But then you look at the person and they've got like these big googly eyes on the outside of like the VR goggles. And I was like, what is this, Apple?
Yeah, I saw that too. So I thought it was weird. Initially, I thought it was like some sort of like translucent glass thing where you can see their eyes, but it's kind of like they've got glasses on. And so it's like, you see like old people sometimes with the really thick glasses and their eyes look crazy when they look at you. It kind of has that effect. And so I assumed it was that, and then realized that it actually has like an exterior screen that is like replaying the person's eyes that's being captured by the cameras on the inside. Which is like pretty crazy, and you can see why it's so expensive because it's got like screens on the outside, screens on the inside, but I do think it's a funny one. It's the same concept as, you remember when was it the Facebook glasses, and they had a camera in them and the light was on when it was live, as like
the Oculus?
No. I'm talking about like the glass now. I'm not talking about like VR headsets.
Right.
And it had a camera in it that could capture stuff. And they had to have a light on it for basically for security reasons or privacy reasons, because like people could just walk around and you wouldn't know if you were recording or not. So they had a little light on it. It's maybe kind of the same thing in that like you're like letting people know that you can see them or you can't see them. But yeah, it's pretty weird.
Yeah. For me, I'd rather have a MacBook. I'd be interested to see where they kind of go with this. It looks like it's just got all of the standard apps that you would kind of have in Apple software. So
did you see
I'm not sure.
how it interacts with like a MacBook? So apparently, again, this is like, it's yet to sort of be seen. It's just like a demo model or whatever, But essentially, if you look at your Mac, it knows that you're looking at the Mac screen and it like makes it big. And so you use the Mac, so you use the mouse and the keyboard and stuff, but you're like looking around as if you're like almost inside the Mac, which is kind of cool.
I've seen kind of how they do Oculus stuff with the extra screens, like they make sort of extra desktops and stuff. But yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, I don't know if they'll go anywhere with it, but I think maybe some people like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would get around it if and when it gets to the point that it is just like a set of glasses and you can, twist the little crown and they go totally opaque and you can just get like chill by yourself, and then you like twist it again and it goes totally like transparent. Like that's a vibe. But like you have to have a battery in your pocket with a cable attached to it at this point for $3,500, and it lasts 2 hours, which like I saw some commenter made a great point, which is like a lot of their marketing is like watching movies, but like most movies go for 2 hours or more. It's just like you can't even watch a movie without being plugged into the wall.
Yeah, very strange. Yeah. Okay, we've also got auto-transcribing voice memos. So if you're not able to listen, you can see the text. So to me, that's kind of dumb because I don't listen to voicemails and voice memos in the first place. So
do you mean like?
I mean, I guess.
Do you mean like someone leaves you a message on the phone?
No, like when you tap the record button.
Oh yeah.
And it, instead of texting.
Yeah.
On the iPhone, yeah.
It transcribes it. Okay.
We've also got name drop. This was an obvious one. Put your phone next to someone else's phone, and you can choose which info to share.
Yeah, it is obvious. It's like they're just sort of keeping up at that point with that one. Like that wasn't necessary.
Yeah. Like even I wanted to do this like 5 years ago. And you can also leave a message if someone misses you on FaceTime. That one seems pretty.
No, that's cool. So that's the real time one, right? Where it's like I think it's if you leave me a message or something, that I can see you leaving the message, or like it's sending it. I think it transcribes it in real time or something, and then I can decide to pick it up or something like that. Wasn't that kind of like the thing?
I thought it was just like a video, like it just like records a video.
I don't know. I feel like it was something. I remember them making a big emphasis on like back in the day when you had an actual voice message. You know how people would leave it to, like, you see it in the movies where people would leave it to the voicemail, and then if they hear that it's someone that they want to listen to, then they pick it up. I think it gives you that ability, but I'm not sure how it actually does that.
That's a classic Seinfeld
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And then they also have the phone that you turn sideways, and you can kind of see. It's like the always on. You can kind of see a little dashboard, like you can just see the clock. It's almost like your bedside table.
Yeah, right. But it, like, doesn't
going
use
on.
power or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, not much. Okay.
Yeah, so that's it for the Apple event. We've also got Photoshop Beta. This is really interesting.
Okay.
So it comes with generative fill now. So basically, this is wild. So you can take a photo and you can change things on your photos. If you're holding a cup of coffee, you can change it to a beer. You can change it to a puppy.
So it can identify objects, sort of thing. So you can click the object. Is that sort of what you're saying?
You're in Photoshop and you select objects like you would normally, and then you could be standing in a park and you can change it to standing in space. You can add people to your photo. You can add a Lamborghini and do whatever you can think of in terms of autofilling. So heaps of people have been using this to extend photos. So like they'll take a small bit of a photo and then drag out the edges.
But is this usable for, like, a layperson, or do you still need to be do you still need to have usable knowledge of Photoshop?
Well, it's pretty easy, but if you have Photoshop, you likely aren't just like a standard.
Well, that's right. Like, for me, is this something that is useful for me who doesn't actually know how to use Photoshop? No.
But would you be interested in doing it in the first place?
Yeah, if it was as simple as, like, clicking an object that it recognizes as an object and then saying, I want this to become a puppy. But if it's like you need to, like, draw an outline around it and, like, define it as this layer and then put another layer on top of it and then add a new plane and then no, that's cool though. I like it.
All right, so where's something?
Oh,
So that was what it looked like before.
really?
And then, say if I want, let's add a dog here. So let's go generative fill, dog.
No.
And then, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Whoa.
And then we can say we want some planes in the sky.
No way.
Yeah, so I mean that's basically the gist of it. It's a really
That is
cool
very cool.
beta. I'll play around with it a bit more, but yeah, Photoshop beta, really cool. So
Cool. Love it. I mean, great. Thank you for showing us that.